Hello, my name is Kaylee Schnack, and this is my personal goals video presentation for my ePortfolio. So just a little bit of background about myself. I've been married to my best friend RJ for 6 years. We just celebrated 6 years in October. We have a 14-month-old little boy named Kingsley, and of course, here he is. He's in every picture because he's the light of my life. He keeps us very busy. He's growing like crazy, trying to talk, running instead of walking. He's been walking since about 10 months. And of course, getting into everything. So he is, like I said, the light of our life. We didn't think we could have kids, and so having him has been one of the best experiences. We also have my first child, which is our fur baby Holly. She's an English bulldog, and here she is with Kingsley. She's been so accommodating to him, and she is just one of our own, like, humans. She sleeps on the couch like a like a human. She sleeps in the bed like a human. Honestly, she farts a lot, and she loves bath time. She loves playing out in the snow, and she travels with us. We hardly ever leave her at home unless we're going to the grocery store, of course. So she's pretty fun. As far as a family, we enjoy spending time with our own families. I'm originally from Salina, Kansas. I actually live in Hayes. And so we traveled back and forth to Salina, and my parents grew up in Ellsworth, Kannapolis area, so we travel a lot there. And then, of course, my husband, his family lives in Tulsa, so sometimes we'll travel there. And then, of course, just spending time with our friends. Like I said, we love to travel. With COVID, it's been kind of difficult to travel. So we just kind of daydream of where we want to go. We for sure eventually want to go to Alaska and Hawaii, and then possibly overseas. And we wanted to go overseas before we had a child, but things work in ways that you don't plan. So eventually we plan to get over there. And then, of course, we love watching and attending sports. Right now, of course, is the NFL playoffs. I'm a die-hard Chiefs fan. My husband's a die-hard Dallas Cowboy fan. We actually got to take Kingsley to his first NFL game when the Chiefs and Dallas played each other. It was super fun until Dallas lost, and my husband is a very competitive sore loser. So you can imagine how that car ride was home. But like I said, we go to the Royals games, we go to Fort Hays basketball, football games, volleyball games. We just love sports and that competitiveness. So that's just a little bit about myself. So background information, I'm originally from, um, I said Salina. I actually grew up in a really small town called Gypsum, Kansas. Not a lot of people know where it's at, but I got my high school diploma from Southeast of Saline High School. Then I traveled down to Winfield, Kansas, which is 45 minutes south of Wichita. And I got a Bachelor of Arts in Elementary Education and a minor in Leadership Studies. And then I took my first teaching job, which was actually in special education, so I had to go back to school. I started my Wichita State degree and got a special education degree in Early Child Unified Birth to third grade, but stopped that degree because then we moved to Hayes, and I transferred all my credits and got my Master's of Science in High Incidence Special Education K-12 from Fort Hays State. Once I finished my Fort Hays State degree, then I went back to Wichita State and finished that degree. So I have two masters, which allows me to be certified at birth to 12th grade in special education. Personal goals for myself, in 1 to 5 years, start a family. We have one son, Kingsley. I would hope to have that we could have another child soon. If that doesn't happen, then we would look at adoption. We just have lots of love to give, and like I said, our families are like the unit for us, and so we just want to build our own family. Traveling in the U.S. is another goal for us. We have been several places. When Kingsley was 6 months, we actually got to take him to California and Arizona to visit his grandmas. And that was such a fun trip, and I know that he had a great time, and we are more about experiences than materialistic things. And so I'm hoping that as Kingsley gets older, we'll be able to take more trips and let him have those experiences instead of always just buying toys and things that aren't going to last as long as a memory would. Church, we are working on growing in our faith. We were super into church and going to chapel and stuff when we were in college, and then we kind of grew out of that. And I am a believer in God. It's just I don't like the traditional church. I really like more of the chapel feel where you can praise and stand and sing hallelujah and all those fun things. So our goal is to grow in our faith, which we started well in December. And then another thing that we have found interest in is international students. My family actually has had 4 or 5 international students at their house. They've hosted them for either a semester or a school year, and my husband and I think that would be a great way to explore more cultures and backgrounds, and then just give them an opportunity to come to the United States and have a positive learning experience. In 6 to 10 years, of course, I'll still be a mom because once you have a baby, you're always a mom. And then volunteer opportunities and service learning. In my undergraduate, I really loved the service learning that we were able to do and just giving back to the community. I feel like having a child or children being in the community, it's a lot easier to get involved in those types of things. I don't know if we'll get to visit all 50 states, but that is a goal of mine. It might be a bit beyond 10 year. And then on Alaskan cruise, I've heard they're glorious. With COVID-19, I don't know how realistic that'll be. Hopefully we will be out of that slump, and so we can enjoy that. Beyond 10 years, just continuing to raise our family and live life. There's a lot to live for, lots of memories to be made, and just giving our all, because you never know when life is going to end. And traveling internationally will probably be a goal of ours for sure. And like I said, make memories, not dreams. So just living it up. Professional goals. So 1 to 5 years. I hope to be teaching back in Hays, Kansas, and maybe starting an after-school program there. I do commute to Russell to teach, and I live in Hays, so that 30-minute commute, while it can be prepful and very nice to degress coming home, it would be nice to be able to not waste the time and the money traveling and just go, from point A to point B in less than 10 minutes flat. So, the other thing is 6 to 10 years. I hope to move into an administrative role within a district, whichever district I'm in, and then maybe pursue my district level certification. I'm definitely kind of leaning towards not right now. Like I said, it just takes so much time away from my son, and I'm that mom that just wants to spend as much time as possible. And then mentoring. I currently am mentoring 2 teachers that are in their first and second year, but I just enjoy working with teachers and getting to share the love of education with them. Beyond 10 years, I hope to maybe be working as a special education director, maybe a consultant for curriculum, or maybe I'll still just be an administrator, or maybe I'll just still be a teacher. Teaching has been my foundation, and I know that it's gotten difficult, and we've seen lots of educators leave the profession, but I hope that I will be able to stay in the profession and enjoy what it has to offer. As far as why I chose Fort Hays State University to attend, financial cost was a big aspect. I went to a private school for my undergraduate, not knowing as a first generation college student, and I was like, oh, free money, okay, I can go here. So I'm actually working on paying those back. I'm hoping to get the teacher loan forgiveness next year. We'll see what happens. But the financial cost was huge, and we also get spouse assistance because my husband works as assistant director to housing. So that also helped as far as the scholarship. And then, of course, the COVID relief fund money helped us as well. It's just a comfortable experience. From my previous master's, I really enjoyed my professors. I felt like they were very supportive of their students. And then just the positive experience from other professionals that I have been engaged with. They have said that they have loved Fort Hays State University as well. Um, so what are my initial expectations for this program? Um, I just wanted to be able to complete the necessary courses when they benefit my schedule and be able to gain my certification to meet my goal and to help to meet my goal of becoming an administrator in education to support students, staff, and their families. Um, and that is the presentation. I appreciate your time, and I will talk to you soon.